I found out my high school has an esports team now.
Is that a thing now?
Yeah, dude. I guess all of Michigan has it now. And I was like, that's stupid.
I don't know how to feel about it. I'm torn. I'm like on both sides of the issue because I feel like it's cool. I feel like part of it is cool, but I feel like the other part of it is like I don't know. Like why don't we do more like ASL or something? Like why don't we do more theater?
Yeah, put it into the arts. You know.
Because they're probably just watching too much like Twitch, and that's why they want to do it.
Yeah, dude, I was on a flight last weekend, and the guy next to me was just watching a Twitch stream, and I was like,
"Yeah, I don't know. I kind of get it. Like, I don't fully understand the voyeuristic quality of gaming, right? Because it's like." I once had a girlfriend who liked to watch me play video games. Yeah. So I get that. Like, I get, like, you know, it's your boyfriend playing video games. Like, oh, I'm going to watch him play and I'm going to enjoy it. But it's like, this is a whole different thing. This is like people just want to... Yeah. What even blows my mind, too, is people are kind of like that with... like movies. Yeah. Well, they don't want to watch the movie. They want to watch someone else talking about the movie and just spoil it. They want to see what other people like. They don't care. They'll like watch the movie through someone else. Yeah. Or they'll play a game through someone else. And I don't fully understand that. I don't even like things to be spoiled. Like if it was a good game, like I would never want to watch someone play like Uncharted or like God of War or these games that I know have good stories. Yeah. Because then it would spoil it. Like The Last of Us. I don't even want to watch the show because it would spoil the game. Like I should play the game first. Yeah. So
no, I'm kind of with you on that. What really blew my mind is the dude had to spend $15 on the internet to watch a guy play a video game. Yeah, and it's like it's an hour and a half flight. Like,
hey man, maybe he was like at the end of the game. You know, he needs to see how the game ends.
Yeah,
you know,
that might just be. Material. I might just be turning into an old man yelling at a cloud.
I don't know, man. I don't fully understand. I'm trying my best to like fully adapt to this new world of what it means. Like I don't know. I don't fully get Kai Cenat yet. Kai Cenat's another one I'm trying to.
The whole streamer thing passed me. Like I'm 33. I'm not gonna get into it.
I mean, I remember when reactions were a thing. Yeah. If you remember reactions, I mean, I kind of think that the Fine Brothers, if you remember those guys on YouTube, they kind of pioneered it.
Familiar.
Because it was like they would do kids react, like elderly react, and
I'll occasionally watch British high schoolers react to American food, and it's like one of the few times I'm patriotic, where I'm like, no, fuck you,
because they're probably wrong. Yeah, they're probably wrong.
One kid said that brisket was spicy, and I was like, I'm ready to fucking go to war.
See, but you know, that's an interesting question because like you could transfer that like to different nationalities. Yeah. Like what would the South Americans think of our tastes? They probably would think like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Yeah. And you mentioned hot sauce once.
Yeah. And I think it was just me. I might have just been like hungover and not doing whatever job I had.
It just makes me wonder like these different tastes. Like when I eat Indian food, like that's completely different too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like American food. What even is American food?
It's just an amalgamation of other people's shit.
Yeah, right?
And I guess the true American
comfort
food,
you can go that way.
I think the true American food is just full of chemicals, like forever chemicals and like
it's McDonald's.
Yeah, it's McDonald's. It's 100% McDonald's and just like terrible for you but quick and chemically tasty.
You know, okay, so I hear when you go to like Italy in countries like this, the food is all good for you. You eat pizza and you feel good. Yeah. And it makes me really wonder if you go to Italy and I eat a pizza. If I go to Italy, I'm just like trying to have a good experience, eat some pizza, maybe go swimming, maybe go for a run. Is that real? Is that a fantasy of mine, or is that completely real? Because if I eat pizza right now, I'm gonna want to go to bed.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Whenever I eat, I take digestive enzymes to help break down the food. I'm also Jewish, and so
what even are digestive enzymes?
It's like, you know, they just help. I forgot what's in it. My dad turned me onto it. He's kind of who I go. I just listen to whatever the doctor tells him to take, and I take it.
I wonder what it is.
It's, you know, enzymes that just help break the food down more.
Whoa.
So, but like, you know, much to your point, if I were to eat a pizza, I'm done. Like,
right.
It's nap time.
I mean, to be fair though, I'm like that with spaghetti and pasta, but I really love eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
I've got to time it right.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice, you know, loading up on carbs, but it's a nighttime thing. I'm not gonna eat spaghetti for lunch.
Yep.
I'm gonna, you know, Maybe when I was younger, I could.
I can, but like I want to go overboard with spaghetti.
Yeah.
I always eat too much.
No, I'm learning what makes me feel like shit.
Yeah, I think this is what becoming old is.
Yeah, where you're like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my day's ruined.
Learning how you can ruin your own day.
Yeah, like, okay, these meals are only for when you're back at home for the day.
Yeah.
These meals are for when you're home for the next 2 days.
It's kind of sad, because I mean, you didn't used to have to think that way. You get older, and all of a sudden, like things that used to be so simple, you know, you get what your parents were saying.
Yeah,
all along.
they're like, back when I was making fun of my dad for looking at what he was eating, and I'm like, I'm gonna have fucking meat and potatoes for every meal.
Yeah.
It's like I do that now, I won't shit.
Yeah, it's a lesson you learn along the way.
Yeah. But like with Italy and shit, like because the Mediterranean's a blue zone, a green zone, where all the food's natural, and so people live longer, and then people try to emulate that here, and it's like, well, what you're not taking into account is all the companies that are selling you the stuff want to make the most money possible, so it's loaded full of fake shit. And
I'm pretty sure even like the soil is poisoned and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're cooked.
Yeah,
we're cooked, dude. We're done.
I must say, in my adult life, I had an evolution where I realized that like vegetables exist.
Yeah.
You can go to the store, you can get vegetables, and they're delicious. Like cucumbers.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, dude, I just bought a thing of Brussels sprouts. I love, that was like the standard thing when you're a little kid. It's like, ew, Brussels sprouts. Throw some balsamic on that.
Oh, yeah, and all you need is a little bit of cheese, a little bit of balsamic, a little something.
You just add a little, maybe just, our parents didn't know how to cook them.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I was just making fun of my mom for this yesterday. First time I had edamame. She got it from the store, and she made my sister and I eat the shells. And we were like, "Yeah, this doesn't seem right." She's like, "It's what you got to do." And then she learned, and she apologized. But anytime she eats it, I'm like, "You eating the shells?"
Wow, she was eating the how did she eat them?
Well, no, I don't think she was even eating it. I think she
imagine you would nibble on it if you were.
I think she thought she it could have just been confusion. Thought she was just buying snow peas or something like that. And it was just right next to it.
Someone told me that their brother would eat the whole watermelon and he got sick. That's how he figured out he was allergic to watermelon. But he ate the outside of it too. He didn't just eat the inside; he ate the outside.
I figured out I was allergic to watermelon during a watermelon eating contest at 4th of July in middle school.
Oh, look at
and
you.
I had Heath Ledger Joker scar worth of hives.
Dude.
And so all my friends were hanging out, and I'm just high off Benadryl, I'm trying to stay awake.
Because you ate too much watermelon.
It's just I got allergies and shit, and so melons make me break out in hives. I haven't tested it since.
I have always said that that's one of my fears. There's one of these days I'm just gonna eat something, and I'm just gonna it's gonna happen.
I've grown out of shit, but
was it like you were poisoned?
No, it was just hives.
Oh, that's all you got? Was just on your face?
Yeah, and it and my gums were itchy.
It's like best case scenario.
Yeah, because I've gone into anaphylaxis a few times, and that is no fun.
That'd be like getting poisoned.
Yeah, throat's closing, face swelling.
And that was with watermelon as well?
No, it was with eggs and nuts.
Oh, shit.
I'm no longer allergic to eggs, have not tested nuts. It's so expensive to test. Eggs I found out on accident.
Eggs and accident are two words you never want to hear in the same sentence. And ain't that right? All right, you never want an egg accident on your hands. Won't let it happen. Can't let it happen. You just can't, all right? Life's about more than that. It's more than eggs. We all have our narrow worldviews. We all get stuck in our own little ways. And sometimes you got to have somebody step in and tell you that they can't eat all these foods you can eat to remind you what your privileges are. You got food privileges, folks. We don't have these food privileges, folks. We don't have that. It's not how it works. It's just not how it works. Life ain't fair. And so when you hear that, I hope you're a little bit educated. And if you support that, you support having people come in and give you some new information that's going to blow your mind and make you realize, give you a new perspective, then you got to support this show on Patreon. All right, we're doing an episode every 3 days. 10 episodes a month, folks. Impossible numbers. How does he do it? He doesn't even know. But if you support this show on Patreon, you keep that train running bigger and better than ever. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford to have a guy help me do this. And the only way I get there is with your support, folks. Let me know that you like this. Please, please, please. There's perks also of this Patreon. What? There's perks? Yes, there are perks. $5 a month. The price of a coffee, the price of a beer at the bar, and you help this show grow. But that's not the perk I'm talking about. No. The perks are, one, you get to hear my music early before anybody else ever hears my music. I'm talking before it drops, you hear it on there, exclusive. 2, you hear exclusive songs that are only going to be on there. You only hear these songs on Patreon. They'll only ever exist in that space behind that paywall. 3, you get to hear exclusive podcast conversations, such as a conversation with hypnotist Chris Jones, friend of the show. He was on America's Got Talent, hypnotized Howie Mandel. No big deal. We got 35 minutes with him on Patreon. Super awesome conversation with Chris Jones. Super awesome guy. Always love talking with him. You can find it on there if you're willing to go check. And then 4, you also got your name on the screen right here, right now, if you're paying for that Patreon, because I appreciate you so much. And at the end of every episode, your name is there. At the end of every video I ever post, your name is there, because I really, really do appreciate you, because I do. And I can't emphasize it enough. Your support really does help this show become bigger and better than it's ever been. It is you guys that help this show become the best thing that there is. And, you know, it's a grassroots thing. I'm trying to build a community, and so it lets me know that I'm heading in the right direction and you guys want to be a part of that community. And if you can't afford that Patreon, so much as a like, so much as a comment, so much as engaging with this at all, it does so much more than you could ever realize, and I appreciate it. I see every little bit of support you guys give me, so thank you. And the other thing I should say is, if you want to catch me live, you can. That's right. I'm going to be at the Loads Chicago premiere, the premiere of the film Loads, made by Kino Crew. They are friends of Ruse Radio. We've had 3 of the members of Kino Crew on this show. Super awesome guys. Most recently, we had Alex Perez on. Genius dude. Genius guy. Amazing Kino content, and you can catch that Kino content live. You can see it before anybody else sees it. You can blow that load all over the place, catching Loads live. Loads is an awesome movie. I've seen it myself. I've had one of the privileges of being a man who knows Kino Crew closely, and because I know Kino Crew so closely, I will be there, and I will be conducting the Q&A section. That's right. Ruse will be conducting Q&A. I will be asking the questions that the people need to know. Okay, so if you got a question, it's already in my brain. I'm going to ask it for you. You want to be there live? You want to catch Loads? March 28th. The Pocket at Surge. Doors open at 7. The show starts at 7:30. Make sure you're there. Make sure you got your popcorn at 7:30, because it is going down. Now, you missed that event, you can't make it to that event, don't worry, because April 17th, we got you covered. The very next Gorilla Taco Party will commence. That's right. Friend of the show, Tim Perez, amazing dude. He is the guy that is putting together this next taco party at Casa Cafe, a genuine Mexican restaurant. That's right. It's true. Doors at 7, show at 8. I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be a party. And the last 2 taco parties sold out. So you got to get your tickets now, because if you want to be there, you're going to miss out. You're going to have that FOMO. You don't want FOMO. Nobody wants FOMO. You better get those tickets, because you know a mofo don't want FOMO. Okay. With all that being said, let's go back to allergy land. How does that work? So you were allergic to eggs and now you're not.
Yeah, I grew out of a lot of stuff. I used to be allergic to milk, carrots, soy, seafood.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So I grew out of it. You know, your body changes.
I wonder how that works, because my mom, like, she's on and off with eggs all of a sudden. Like, sometimes she can eat eggs and other times she can't eat eggs, and it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, like I'll probably never eat an egg like by itself, because I found out like 3 years ago I wasn't allergic, or 4, I guess, at this point.
That you were or weren't? But you were before.
Yeah.
And so now you're worried you could be again?
No, I just never developed a taste for them.
Oh my God, I love eggs.
And like the only time I've had them was in high school. I did an egg test at an allergist's office where they given they had to prepare the eggs at a doctor's office, so they probably weren't great, but they gave me like more and more, and then eventually I went into anaphylaxis. But so that's my only knowledge of how they taste. Same with milk. I had to do a milk test. I'll never have milk.
Oh, man, you poor soul.
Yeah, but it's like, since I've had cheese, I've gotten, my body's been worse, so I'm trying to like really stomp that out.
Probably better without it. Yeah.
It's one of those things like it's not like I had it and then it was taken away.
You never really.
I just never had it.
Yeah.
Like if it was like they were like if I got bit by that bug that like makes you allergic to red meat, like that would suck. That would be a real hindrance to my diet.
It's kind of like if you were blind, but you've always been blind.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what it's like to see.
No.
But it's so much worse if you did see and then you were blind.
Because then you're like, but I had, like, I guess I had it with melons. Like, I would love cantaloupe, and I'm sure if I took the time to, block off a day and a half and just tried it.
Yeah.
And I got to take Benadryl, and I just sleep for a while.
How do you live with all these allergies, though? Have you ever what's the latest one you've discovered? Did you discover like a new one?
Not so much. Like I realized that like I don't digest pork well, so I just avoid pork as best I can. Like I'll have pepperoni pizza from time to time, and like I'll smell an al pastor taco and be like, that smells great, and then I'll be like, but I don't want to have diarrhea like really bad.
Oh man, I really feel bad for you right now. So, like, when you're looking at a menu, what's the percentage of things you could eat then? Because this is like what I'm thinking about is like when you go to a restaurant, you must like have to think about all this shit.
Yeah, but it's not like a conscious thing anymore. It's been my whole life, really. So it's just like, okay, like it helped me learn how to read quickly. Like,
interesting.
When I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But
your reading comprehension.
Yeah. I'm reading very fast.
Yeah.
And like, but like, it's kind of like the buzzwords will pop out, but I also like know what I can and can't eat by and large. Yeah. So like, and nowadays because allergies are more prevalent, they usually highlight what allergens are in stuff.
Right. Well, and if you're in a city too, like I noticed, like when I moved here, it just seemed like it's way easier to know what you can and can't have. Like you don't have vegan, vegetarian restaurants in most rural areas.
No.
It doesn't even exist.
No.
There's stuff like that where you're more conscious of what you're eating. Yeah.
Yeah, no, here you can, like, by and large, they'll let you know. So much so that, like, when a restaurant asks if there's allergies, I don't say anything. And it was when my girlfriend and I started dating, I was like, I told her I had allergies. You get to know somebody, you let them know. And I was like, yeah, just like let me lead on it. And there's been times where she's brought it up and she's like, oh, you're mad. And I was like, it's not that I'm mad. It's just like, then they like treat you like a baby. And like also when I was a little kid and most people like allergies weren't prevalent, like waiters were mean to me. I was like 7 years old being like, are there eggs in the buns? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah, okay, let's just try to hide this then.
They're thinking stupid fucking kid.
Yeah, and like, as an adult now who's like worked in the service industry, like, yeah, that's like not a thing they were trained on and it's an extra thing. And like, it was easy to like look at it in a vacuum back then and be like, well, this guy's a dick. And it's like, well, it's 8 hour of probably his double and people have been shitheads. It's still the
wrong response though. You should probably, like if it were me and a kid asked me that, I would say like, I don't know, let me find out for you. I would say, I don't know, let me find out for you. And then I would just go ask the manager, whoever's there, like, hey, do you know if there's eggs in the buns? I don't think there is, but this kid wants to know.
Yeah. Which that like makes sense.
Because I mean, honestly, does it really matter?
Yeah.
But maybe you're super busy and you got a bunch of shit going on. Who knows the situation? Yeah.
And like,
but when you're 8 years old, that's a traumatic experience.
Yeah. And like in today's day and age, like by and large, anybody working in the food industry is going to be aware of it.
Yeah.
And like, in 99, when I was 6 years old, I'm just some kid being difficult. Right. And I was like, what's going to happen? He's going to sneeze? It's like, people didn't know.
I guess there's a new food pyramid now too. Yeah. Like the food standards change every like 10 to 20 years.
Yeah, I have a cousin who's a nutritionist, and she's not thrilled about the new one.
Well, because what's the difference then? What is she not like?
They're trying to like really push what was it, like grains and red meat and like stuff you should have in moderation.
See, to me, it's just, I feel like any of those things, like, I just don't know how to feel about any of it. I feel like you're giving blanket advice for something that's actually more based on each individual person's body.
Yeah.
Like, some people can just eat a shit ton of red meat for some reason.
Stanley. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was the Grateful Dead's sound guy for a long time. And he built the Wall of Sound, and he also was just an insane producer of acid. He made the acid that made like that the Beatles took for Magical Mystery Tour, Jimi Hendrix, all this stuff.
Wow.
But he did an all meat diet, and that worked for him. But then, like, you know, you see these people online who are pushing it, and then they what do you know? They change all of a sudden,
right?
Because someone's cholesterol is really high and they're not shitting.
Yeah, and like, I mean, there probably are benefits to it that are noticeable. There probably are things, but it's just like, and there probably are people who could do it because there's people who can do all kinds of crazy shit. Like, that's the thing. You'll hear people who don't even sleep. Like, some people don't sleep. Some people sleep for 1 hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
You probably can't do that.
No.
But there's someone out there who can.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there's some guy out there who can just eat red meat exclusively, and then he comes out and there's people who eat metal.
Yeah, exactly. There's people with glass.
Who eat glass.
Yeah, there's people with pica. Like, if they're just like, so what you should do, you should have like 3 thumbtacks in the morning. You're really going to want to eat just like a ceramic plate.
Yeah, and they're really fit, so you'd want to listen to them because they look good. You know?
And, you know, pay no attention that they have just like some insane coating on their stomach.
Yeah. You are what you eat.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, like, I don't know. What my cousin says, it should be like a baseline, and then you kind of figure it out from there.
Well, and like, that's why dietitians exist, right?
Yeah.
I think with a dietitian, it's like you're going to have to tell them your individual experience and what your baseline is. And they're going to give you advice based on what your experience is. I'm like pretty sure that's what a dietitian is trained to do. Is like to look at each individual person and try to figure out what they should be eating, how they could round out their diet.
Yeah, you can take a food sensitivity test. And, you know, they take some blood and they see what has an adverse reaction. You can kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Like back when I was a kid getting tested for allergies, I would have to go to the allergist, take my shirt off, lay face first, and they would prick me with different allergens and just sit there and wait to see how bad the hives got. And I think they still kind of do it, but it's gotten a lot better.
Oh, boy.
Like, that was like...
that's how they do it?
Yeah.
They just prick you?
That's how they did. I'm sure they've gotten better with it.
It's an interesting way.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Just which one gives a reaction. That's probably as simple as that. See, I don't know. I didn't even know they could test for allergies. I always thought you waited for them. I always thought you just wait to find it.
Well, I like, you know, my parents would notice that, like, someone would eat a peanut and give me a kiss on the cheek and my face would swell.
That's what I am worried about.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I just think one of these days it's going to happen.
Yeah.
My dad was allergic to bee stings.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm allergic to grass. I'm allergic to
grass.
Like fresh cut grass.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. My body.
You just live in a bubble, dude. You just live in a bubble that you roll around in. That's what you should do.
Yeah. It's my buddy and I have a long running joke back when I was like single. Yeah, I'd be talking to a girl and somehow her ex-boyfriend would be around and be like really mad that I existed. And so my buddy and I had this long running joke where it's like, what does he have that I don't have? And it cuts to me and I'm in an iron lung. Like,
yeah.
It's like, hey, I found your Boy Toys EpiPen.
Like, oh, dude. I mean, but you've always been this way.
Yeah.
So it's normal.
Yeah. This asthma, my brain's in nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just
okay. So then when do you discover comedy? Because that's a good way to use a crazy brain.
Yeah.
Right? So how did you figure that one out?
I mean, I kind of like always like, you know, growing up would watch comedy movies with my family and all that stuff. Got really into
in the 90s, like 90s comedy movies?
90s comedy. I mean, like, you know, and earlier, like my dad turned me on to like Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks when I was young. Like, like growing up watching Seinfeld with my parents and like there's a benefit of coming from a Jewish family is, you know, we got some comedy floating around in there. And then like in like middle school and whatnot, I discovered Comedy Central and then, stand up through that. And I always wanted to do it. I didn't know how to get into it. So I was like going to go to school to be on the radio because I was like, well, then they'll just let me do stand up.
Yeah.
And we had like an FM station at my high school, which was pretty cool.
Genius plan, by the way.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I also want to like make movies. So I'm going to go to school for film. And then I did go. I didn't finish, but I went. And then me and I met Brian LaRoe at Columbia College Film School, and we did our first open mic together the spring break that year. And I had no material written. We were drinking rum and cokes all day. And I think I did like a minute and a half. And I was like, well, this is awesome.
Wow.
Because I I knew, I'm of the generation, if you will, the micro generation that like Dane Cook was blowing up when I was like in 6th grade. So like I knew all of his stuff by heart. I wasn't doing it at that mic. It's long since,
I was born 1998.
Okay, 93.
Okay. See, because I still remember Dane Cook blowing up, but I guess that would have been old when I was young. Like, I would have been catching the tail end of it. Because I remember like his special Vicious Circle or things like this.
Yeah, dude. No, it was he really took advantage of MySpace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he paved the way.
Yeah.
People that don't know.
Yeah.
Dane Cook really changed what you could do as a comedian for yourself.
Yeah. He really pushed the self-promotion and building a following that way, which is good. And then
I mean, pre anything else.
Yeah.
Like nobody else had anything. This is before even like there was podcasts.
Yeah.
It was before anything.
No, it was
It's like Soulja Boy levels of trailblazing.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like right around the same time. So I like loved him, and then I, quickly found other stuff. Like I was a big Gaffigan head.
Yeah.
Dimitri Martin, Nick Swartzen.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, I had all their shit memorized. But so yeah, getting to it, I was a bit kooky, and then tried stand up, tried a mic, loved it, didn't do it for like another year.
Oh, okay.
Told everyone I was a comic.
Just the one mic you did.
Yeah. Well, I was like a big wook at the time.
Yeah.
Like taking a bunch of acid and just being insane. And then I got like brought on to running a show in 2016. And I was so green, and I would also like rip dabs before I would go to it, and I'd be like, "Why aren't I getting better? Why aren't I making friends? Why is everyone scary?" And it's like, "Oh, you're too high. You're too high. You're not taking this seriously." But then as the years went on, my wookery ended, and
wookery. Define that term for the people.
Going to jam band music festivals, seeing dubstep, doing ketamine.
I see.
Acid.
I see. See, I have this idea floating around in my brain. It was like one of my earliest, like, if I ever were to do comedy, I have like a list. If I ever have a good enough idea, I put on my list. And it's called DMT crackheads.
Yeah.
And I like to think that like there's crackheads and then there's DMT crackheads, right?
Yep.
And I've
smoked DMT with them.
Yeah. And I've never been able to figure out how to like make this work, like, and how you would introduce this idea, like in a comedic premise. But dude, like, it's just so true. Like a DMT crackhead is like the type of guy where he's just so far gone. Yeah. But it's not like a crackhead. It's like a dude who's like doing too many psychedelics and he's just in a different world.
It's a spunnion. That's what they call them, or spunnions.
Oh, there you go. See, I didn't know there was other terms for these guys.
Yeah, and
I'm learning right now.
I lived in that world for a bit. Like many a time, I've gone to I had gone to like a studio apartment that 10 people lived in.
Yeah.
And like
basically a crack house.
Yeah. I smoked a blunt that was filled with DMT and been like, I don't know if this is for me.
That's so wild to me. I mean, whenever those DMT vapes came along, I just thought, this is too much.
Yeah.
What you just said to me, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could lace a blunt with DMT.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's
What even does that feel like? Does it feel like you're slowly floating away or something?
You just feel like wonky because it's it's so quick that it you don't have the time to develop the fear really. But then you kind of come down and you're like, where the fuck am I? Like, what am I? Is this what I'm doing with my life?
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah, and I think that it's very easy. I mean, I think everything is kind of based on whether or not you have kind of an addictive personality, right?
Yeah.
Because I like to think that I do have an addictive personality, and that's actually what makes me good at the things I'm good at. But it's also the thing that makes me so easily fall into traps like this, where like I can't even have a vape. I can't even have, like, if you gave me DMT, God, like that's probably a bad idea. I'll do it one time. Just give me enough to do it one time and never again, because I'll find a way to want to work it into my daily life somehow.
Yeah,
I'm a crackhead deep down. I'm a crackhead deep down.
Yeah, with that, it's one of those things where it's incredibly diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to just, like, smoke it all the time, like, you're not going to get anything.
With DMT?
Yeah.
My understanding is it's not, like, bad for you if you do it over and over. Like you said, you're not going to get anything. I mean, I think the real thing about psychedelics in general is, like, it's not necessarily about, like, losing your mind or whether or not it's bad for you. It's about, like, integration and learning to do it in moderation.
Yeah.
And like, those experiences should mean something because they're not happening all the time.
No.
And if you're doing it all the time, then you're actually missing the point.
Yeah, you kind of got to treat them with respect.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a difference between, like, oh, I'm going to go to a concert. I don't really want to spend a bunch of money on beer. I'll have like half a mushroom chocolate.
Which is different. Yeah, that's, like, I mean, I actually think that's comparable to alcohol at a certain point. Yeah,
as compared to, like, you know, what I was doing for a little bit in my early 20s where it's like, I'm going to take acid 4 times this week.
See, that was a period of my life. So for about, I want to say, I don't know how long it was. Maybe it was about a year. It was a long time.
Yeah.
But I would take about 2 tabs of acid every couple days.
Yeah.
And I would just do it all the fucking time. And then it has to have contributed to who I am today.
Yeah. Oh,
like, I mean, there's no way I could deny it. Yeah. And I think, so in a way, it's probably valuable. But I would never, ever, 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 ever say anybody should do something like that. And I would recommend against that because I had that experience. Like, that's why I say those things about moderation and integration, because I know I could just take it way too far and overdo it. And
I remember a specific time when I was like 21, 22, taking a bunch of acid and also drinking IPAs.
Oh, see, that's, to me, I never mixed those two. That works out for you, huh?
Well, I kind of made myself asexual for a little bit. Because I was like, I'm having nothing but diarrhea. So obviously everyone else has diarrhea, and that's gross.
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's
that was his worldview at the time, folks.
Yeah, it was pretty well thought out.
It's so funny because if you've never done psychedelics, I don't think you'd really understand it. Like, when you think a thought like that on psychedelics, it not only does it make perfect sense, it is the reality of right now. Everybody has diarrhea, and that's real.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand that if you've never been there before.
Oh, no.
Because I imagine you were thinking like, oh, fuck, everybody's got diarrhea.
Everyone's got diarrhea.
Such a ridiculous thing to think, but I know you believed it 100%.
Oh, yeah. And then I was like, it's pump the brakes there, bud. You're becoming really hard to talk to.
Yeah, you became asexual.
Yeah. And just like, well, like, I don't know if you're familiar with, this will really show you how much acid I used to take. I don't know if you're familiar with Ram Dass. He wrote that book, Be Here Now. He was this dude, Richard Alpert, who was like, a Harvard professor with Timothy Leary back in the day, and they were taking mushrooms and acid. He got kicked out of Harvard for it, was kind of lost. His mom died, and he went to, this was like, you know, 50s, 60s, when like people were like going to India and stuff for like spiritual exploration. And he like went over and met this guru, and he like really, you know, like kind of like with the first few times he like took acid, you're like, what is this? Like, what is it?
Right.
It's like, did you ever have like, where you're like trying to figure out what it is and like how to articulate it?
Yeah.
And you can't. You really can't.
Right.
It's temporary psychosis, but different. Like, you feel it up here. Like, it's you know.
Yeah, I agree. A temporary psychosis is. I always say like temporary schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Because it really is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it's, or I say simulated schizophrenia. That's what I like to say.
And so he went over, like, met this guru, and like gave him this like real strong, you know, CIA acid, like back from the acid test, or you know the
or you know, as test. Known on the streets, the good shit.
Yeah. Window pane, stuff that you don't get anymore. And he like, gave it to this guru, and then they talked for hours, and all this stuff. The guy had all these insights to his mom and all this shit. And so, they're talking for like 8-12 hours. He goes, by the way, like, what'd you feel from that? And the guru was like, oh, it just gave me a headache. So whatever. He's a very interesting dude. He worked a lot with like people who were at the end of their life and stuff. But you can listen to like his old lectures. They did there's like a podcast with him, and he was collaborating on a book about drugs, psychedelics, and it was like him in the pro camp and this guy who was in the anti side of it.
Yeah.
And they were choosing pictures to put in the book, and the one thing they agreed upon was this picture of like a kid, like a young person, like looking at kind of playing with a puddle of like spilled Coca-Cola. And the guy took the anti guy took it because it would like showed that like it's bad and it like makes you do weird things. And Ramdas was like, yeah, I also chose it because who hasn't played with a puddle of water while tripping? Like it's like the novelty of it.
I mean, it's kind of like too, people who've never tripped before or done psychedelics are the most likely people to be against it because they wouldn't even understand the magic in something like that, right?
Yeah,
or like
and
looking in your reflection or playing with water or doing
or
these
like
things.
I there was one time I took it and I played with a paper plate for 4 hours and like doing other stuff, but you're just like kind of having fun. But much to your point, you can overdo it and then it just makes you kind of annoying.
It goes both ways, right? And I think it's kind of a rule to life even is integration, and like you can just get too involved in whatever. Anybody can do it in all kinds of ways, but I think psychedelics will take you there real quick. And so it's all about like how, I mean, some people are just built for it. That's the other thing. It's kind of like some people, they can just do it and they're fine. They can just do way more than you can and they're fine. They can do regular tasks while they do it and they're fine. It's kind of like the diet thing we were saying earlier. Like some people with drugs, it's like with alcohol, it blows my mind the amount of alcohol people can drink and be functional because I am not that way.
No, and like I can,
but when it comes to like marijuana, I'm pretty decent at handling that.
Yeah,
alcohol not so much.
No, and I can enjoy a couple pops. I can put them back, but I can't do it every day. And
some people just can.
Yeah, but then you also don't know what the rest of their day looks like, really.
That's a good point, right? Yeah. You see what you see.
Yeah, you know, you don't know what happens when they wake up. Like, you're only seeing them for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I got what I needed from acid and whatnot, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go into the real world. And by the real world, I mean open mic comedy.
I mean, I figured out, because for me, I just only had access to acid for the longest time. And then eventually, I finally got access to mushrooms. And I figured out that's really what I liked more.
Yeah.
And for me, mushrooms, I love them like religiously. I really, really do. I've learned things through mushrooms. I wouldn't recommend them to everybody, obviously. But I think, like, to me, it's just like, I think one of the most like basic lessons I've learned. There was one time I had a strain called B+, and I've only had it once because mushrooms. There's different strains like weed.
Yeah, I went to a dispensary in Vancouver.
That's crazy. They have one in Michigan too. Like right? You think it's fake? Yeah. They have different ones, and the one in Michigan, I want to say it's in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, there's one in Ann Arbor. There's one in Royal Oak. Yeah. I know because I was at a wedding.
I want to go to the Ann Arbor one.
Yeah.
And it's like you just have to go there. You just travel there and it's legal.
Yeah, the Vancouver one, you like walk in. It was so much chiller than any weed dispensary I'd been in. Because weed dispensary, especially in Michigan, it's a fucking nightmare. It's so overstimulating. I manage to like rush buy stuff all the time if I don't place an order. But you walk in, they had like the mushrooms out in the little glass things, and they had like the different strains from like giggles to seeing God, and like. Those were like kind of like it was the spectrum of it, if you will.
That's cool.
And then they had like stuff that had it in it, but it was like real chill. I bought mushroom mints because I wanted to use the bathroom, and they tasted bad, but they were good.
Mushroom mints?
Yeah, and they're like very like quarter-gram dose, so it's like
a microdose.
Yeah, pretty much, and you get a little giggly, you feel a little looser. And like, you know, kind of to your point, like I also only had access to acid, and then when mushrooms came into play, I was like, oh.
I like that they're becoming more mainstream.
Yeah.
I think that's actually really good.
Yeah, to an extent.
Because I think they're comparable to alcohol.
Yes, but like not everyone's gonna jive with it.
But not everybody jives with alcohol.
Yeah, and
I mean, like I said before, I don't really love alcohol, but I love mushrooms.
Yeah, well, kind of like we were talking about with like, you know, food. Like some people, like if they were to take a psychedelic, that's gonna fuck them up.
Exactly.
And
but
like,
I mean, some people, they drink alcohol, it fucks them up. Like that's why I think it's so similar. Because I mean, some people, they drink alcohol, they become fucking abusive and crazy.
Yeah.
But for some reason in society, that we don't deem that as like exactly. And so to me, it's like
with anything, it's capitalism.
It is. But like, how does capitalism not realize the profitability of mushrooms or something like that?
They're coming to it. I think, you know. There's also so much money to be made in the drug war.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I think like more and more as more and more of this stuff happens, like especially medical breakthroughs and stuff like this, it becomes harder and harder to ignore and treat these things like they're anything but a medical thing. Like, because you can't keep treating them as these drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that weird in between period in like 2000 to 2005, 2010, where weed becomes legalized, but it's not really legalized.
Which is medical.
Yeah, so it's nationally illegal, but it's state by state it's legal, which doesn't make any sense because you can still get arrested for it, but the state's saying it's okay, which is where we are now with mushrooms. That's why it's weird, because we're actually in the same place we were with weed 20 years ago, where it's now legal in the state, in this particular place you can go and buy it. But if the government really wanted to, they could just show up and arrest you anyway and say it's federally illegal. Yeah. And I actually think weed's still like that.
That's how weed still
but
is.
But it's just, we don't treat it like that, but it is technically that. Yeah. But in that weird in-between period where it all started, I think it was like Cheech from Cheech and Chong. Like he had a weed shop.
Oh, it was Chong, and he sold a bong.
Yes.
Through the mail.
Remember. Yeah. What was it? He sold a bong in the mail?
Yeah.
And he got in trouble.
Yeah.
He was just trying to have a bong company. Yeah. He was trying to like pave the way for smokers everywhere.
Yeah. And it was just, you know, it was a Tommy Chong bong. Like it's like a, you know, that's the most stereotypical bong you could get.
Uh-huh. And they treated it like it was some like super criminal crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not that. It's 25 years ago. It's not that long ago.
No.
So I'm wondering how
I was in high school when it happened.
Yeah. So when you remember what year it was?
It had to have been like 2009.
Oh, that's even later than I thought.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's like 15 years ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we forget. I mean, COVID ruined everyone's concept of time, but like weed in Illinois was legalized in 2020.
Yeah. I mean, what gay marriage was like 2012, right?
2015. I was at Electric Forest when they announced it.
I thought it was 2012.
No, 2015. I was at Electric Forest. It was awesome. Everyone was so stoked.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess it really did fry my brain.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. And you know, not to be like because I'm 5 years older than you. But you get older and the concept of time gets wonkier.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, it feels like yesterday I was 17. And I'm like, oh, that was.
I mean, I feel like that's unavoidable.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, it was 6. You know, in August I've been here for 13 years.
Yeah,
and it doesn't feel like it sometimes.
Yeah. Where did you move from?
Novi.
Okay.
Suburbs of Detroit.
And then you lived there your whole life, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it one of those things where you say you're from Detroit, but you're not really from Detroit type of thing?
I did for about the first week I lived here.
I still say Flint, but I only lived in Flint for a couple of years. Technically, I'm from Swartz Creek.
Okay.
But no one knows what the fuck I'm talking
about.
My
mom lives in Linden.
Oh, that's close to Swartz Creek.
Yeah.
It's close to Flint.
Yeah.
I know Linden.
Yeah. There's not a lot going on.
No, exactly. But if you said Linden to most people, they don't know what you're talking about. So you'll just say it's next to Flint.
Yeah.
That's why I imagine you were mentioning Detroit.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to add a couple extra words. I am from the suburbs of Detroit.
Ah, yeah.
And then I make fun of my friends here who are like, you know, given... Not so much anymore, but it'd be like in college when people are like, well, I just say I'm from Chicago because people aren't going to know. And it's like, you can just say you're from outside of Chicago and people will understand what that means.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I get the posturing.
It's just funny because, I mean, like, it's become a joke. Like if you say you're from the city, but you're actually from like an hour out of the city, but you just say you're from the city anyway.
Yeah, it's like, no, dude, you could just say you're from outside of it. It's not that hard.
I had somebody visiting, and I think they said they were in North Chicago, and like you look it up, and they meant they were in the suburb called like North Chicago.
Yeah.
Which is actually not Chicago at all.
I remember when I first moved here, Burton Snowboards had a shop downtown, and I was working there, and I was, talking to people. It was a Saturday, and it's like, it was close to like Magnificent Mile, so it's a lot of tourists. And I was talking to these people. They're like, "Oh, we're in from out of town." It's like, "Where are you from?" Like, "Oh, we're from Detroit." I was like, "No way, I'm from the area." "Where are you from?" Like Port Huron. I was like, "You are from Michigan." You were.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
it doesn't even make sense.
I love the hyper specific being like, yeah. Everyone who's listening is going to know how far away Port Huron. They just picked the
closest place. They just picked the closest place they thought you were going to know.
Yeah, and it's like, my guy.
That's really funny.
Yeah, you could do this. You could say you're from right here.
Yeah, that's what I still do. That I still point to my hand and go like over here because it makes the most sense.
I was in Massachusetts over the weekend visiting my girlfriend's dad and stepmom and her stepbrothers and whatnot, and they were like asking something about Michigan. I was like, yeah, so I grew up like right here, and this is over there. And they're like, he's doing the thing. He's doing the hand thing. And I was like, yeah, fuck.
I mean, how could you not do it?
Yeah.
Though? I mean, it's actually crazy that Michigan's even shaped like that. Like, just when you look at a map, it's crazy. It's shaped like a mitten.
Yeah.
What other natural landmass looks like man?
Dude,
that's fucking
Wisconsin
crazy.
Wisconsin tried to do it for a little bit.
Yeah, but you couldn't pull it off.
No, because it would be like this. And then without it, how would you get...
I guess you'd say Florida kind of looks like a dick or something.
Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty
maybe
much...
a boot. You could say like a foot.
Yeah.
I like to imagine dick more, just as a man.
It's pretty phallic.
Something about dick is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if Florida was a dick, that would actually check out different ways.
Yeah, that is...
Florida is kind of the dick of America.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, and for a while I was
hanging off the edge.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's just because they have the sunshine laws, so we know about all the crimes and all this stuff. And now it's like, oh, all the worst people,
It's so funny because that's why that's a joke, because like it's true. The Florida man thing is real.
Yeah, it's just
people do crazy shit in Florida.
Yeah,
remember the Florida Boys, the rappers?
Yeah.
They're
kissing each other.
Those are
Island Boys.
They were from Florida.
Yeah,
and those are like regular Florida people.
Yeah,
that's not abnormal.
No, my ex is from West Palm Beach, and that. What a world!
I'm an island boy.
When her and I started dating, this was 2017. So the first time I went down was 2018. I was pretty well aware of the whole Epstein things before he was like arrested for the second time, but I knew about when he got arrested in Palm Beach. And just had his work release where he went to jail for like a night on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I remember getting down there and being like, I'm in the belly of the beast.
Yeah. Epstein's probably like right next to me right now. He's close.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Oh man.
There's a weird Michigan Florida connection.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works, but it checks out. Because I used to go to Florida when I was a kid.
Yep.
And so many different families.
Yeah, we used to all go, and then
like, what the fuck is that? I don't get it at all.
I
don't think Florida goes to Michigan, by the way.
No, they don't really leave.
Florida.
Yeah.
They don't want to enjoy this.
No, but now the big place is Arizona. And I like.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, I like grew up going down there after like third or fourth grade, and now my dad and stepmom live in Scottsdale. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
You're good.
Getting blown up on my phone for work.
Nothing
to do with me, but yeah,
he's very popular at his workplace.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
It's
group
cool
chat.
spot.
Is it a group chat you got going on?
Yeah, we just signed a new shop, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
yeah.
Where do you work?
So I work for a small company that does booking and studio management software for tattoo shops.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool. I'm cold calling all day, every day, so I'm talking a lot.
So what exactly are you doing for the tattoo shop then?
We are, so the way my job, I'm an SDR, so I'm booking like demos for the founder to give to these shops to like, show them how the platform works. Because a lot of the shops will use stuff that's made for like salons or like other stuff, but like in terms, I don't know if you have any tattoos or not. Like, you know, when you get one done, like, you know, I want to get, you know, this on my arm. You need to like reach out to somebody, and it needs to like align with how they work, and they want to be able to do it. And like certain pieces take longer time. So you need kind of a lot of these variables. Whereas like a lot of the shops are just using something where, booking it like a haircut, where it's two different things. Is this making sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I mean, because people don't treat it like it's art. People don't understand that a tattoo is art, and you need an artist, and that's why it's like, I firmly believe that it's a small group of people that are really good at something. If you're getting a tattoo, you look for the best tattoo artist. You look for the person you can trust. You don't just go to anybody.
No, and like, you know, if you have something that's like already stenciled out, like, yeah, you can walk in and do it. But even
then, you probably want somebody who like you can trust.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be on your body forever.
Yeah, and then on the artist side of things, like, you don't want people to have like complete access to your calendar, because if they want a giant back piece, that you're blocking off a whole day for that.
Right.
You know, you don't want someone to book, you know, an hour and then show up and be like they get mad at you because you can't fulfill it in the time they booked.
Right.
So it's a cool job, you know.
So you have to do the logistics of all that, is what you're saying?
No, the platform kind of does it. It's like an all-in-one messaging thing. And then there's waivers, you pay deposits, collect payments. There's customer info in there. There's a lot to like in the day-to-day, like the way people just like manage their studio and pay out artists and all this stuff. So there's a lot to it, but it's like kind of simple. Like, you know, the base layer is like simplifying the booking process.
So like you're like the middleman.
Kind of, yeah. Me personally, I have nothing to do with the conversations.
Right.
I'm just reaching out to the shops to be like, there's a better way.
Oh.
And some people are on board, some people aren't. That's the nature of sales.
And you just reach out to different shops all the time then?
Yeah. I call like 70 shops a day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, just all over the city, huh?
It's my territory varies. Right now I've got like New England, Iowa, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Texas.
I thought it was just around here.
Oh no, I've called shops around here. But currently, you know, where I'm calling right now, it's a few different states.
I see.
Yeah, it's cool. Sales is what I've kind of just stumbled into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of personality based.
Yeah.
It's very personality based. I mean, it's just like, you know, you learn a lot from the movie Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned a few things that aren't good.
Right. But I mean, like sales, at least the thing that is really true that I've always learned through, it's the speech they put at the end of the movie, but I think it's from the book, where it's like, sell me this pen and all that. Because I mean, it's true. You can't sell somebody a pen that they don't need. It's all about defining what someone needs and then fulfilling their needs and making sure whatever product you're giving them fulfills their needs. Because you can't just force a product upon it.
No,
it's impossible.
Yeah, especially in like the industry I'm currently working in, they justifiably are adverse to people coming in and being like, "What about this?" Because it is much like comedy, it's a culture of people who maybe didn't fit in other things, and so they're protective of what they have. But I mean, dude, like I sold fucking Grubhub during COVID. Like I've sold some bad things. I made a lot of money, but that's all gone now. But yeah, it's so like I'll do my job, and then I run a mic and a show on Tuesdays, and I'll come to the mic, and I'll start hosting it, and like words aren't making sense or coming out right.
Yeah,
I'm fucking up people's names, and they're some people get mad. And it's usually people who are maybe a bit greener and don't understand that, like, hey, this isn't happening in a vacuum. I lived a whole day before, like, I had a whole day going on before I tried to read your chicken scratch.
Yeah.
And, but, like, I don't know. It's I just kind of yap all day. It's kind of how my life's turned out.
Oh, well, I suppose we got off track earlier. So when you were saying just basically you kind of got wonked out for a while, and that was how you were doing it with comedy.
Yeah.
You got unwonked. But I think that's where the story ended.
Yeah. So I got pulled. I got added to the show back in 2016. We started at the Playground Theater when they had their own standalone thing called Underground. It was me, two people who no longer do comedy, and Jabuki Young White.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was quite the ragtag group of dudes. And it was a black box theater, and we would just go to DePaul and Flyer and be like, we don't check IDs, it's BYOB. So it was a good show, and I was a little too green to be part of it. And then I was kind of doing that for a little bit and still doing the music festival thing. And then in like 2018, I was like, okay, I'm going to actually kind of try. So, been back in the day, when you like pre-COVID, you could do like 2 to 3 mics a night. Like the grind was like really what everyone was hammering at the time. Because people weren't posting on social media. Instagram didn't have videos. So you were like,
really?
Yeah.
If they did, wasn't, like, no Reels wasn't a thing yet? No. Well, I wonder when did that happen? I wonder when that started.
Like right around COVID. I think a little bit. For some
reason,
before.
I thought it was earlier than that.
And
probably
maybe,
again the frying of my brain.
Yeah, and like maybe 2019-ish, but no one was really doing it.
Didn't pick up yet because I remember when it started. I actually do remember the very beginnings of it, but you're right. When it started, it wasn't that big.
No,
it was kind of just a thing that was there.
Yeah, and
now it's comparable to these other ones. Yeah,
dude.
YouTube. I think YouTube started the latest.
Yeah. But like people would like post longer sets on YouTube and whatnot. And that makes sense. And like kind of the school of thought for, the people I was doing it with, like that, people out doing mics and doing shows at the time was like, okay, you grind, work really hard on mics, maybe start your own mic, start your own show, work your way up to then start getting booked on shows. And then you're starting back at the bottom again, because what's going to make someone laugh at a mic probably isn't going to make someone like a normal person laugh at a show. And you're relearning it and kind of working your way back up. Whereas now, like, dude, I'll host my mic and there's people like setting up cameras and it's like, well, are you not doing this for the love of doing comedy? Like, you should be like, it's one thing if you just want to like I record all my sets on my phone, just like the audio. And what I should be doing is re-listening to every set. Obviously I don't. Yeah. But it's like game film. So if you want to tape yourself and see how your stage presence is, hell yeah. But it's like, I don't know, it makes me feel weird. And, again, it's this old man yelling at a cloud. Jesus Christ.
What I don't like is yelling at a crowd. That actually is funny because crowd kind of makes sense in that. If you say crowd, it kind of makes sense. It's like a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of hate it because what I hate the most about it is when you see people posting clips that aren't even good.
No.
And they're just posting it to have content.
Yeah. And
like the whole point should be that you're highlighting what makes you valuable so that way you get booked. That's what you should be using social media for. Is like a booker or somebody, some potential person is going to be able to look at this, or even some potential fan, some potential anything.
Yeah.
And they'll see how valuable you are.
Yeah.
So like I just do not understand like the whole quantity over quality thing.
And like I've posted some dog shit. Like
me too.
Yeah, where I've been like, well, I should post and I don't have anything to post, but I'm trying to get my numbers up. And then it's like, I don't know. It like
I think what that does though, if you lean too much into that, you embrace unoriginality and you start repeating yourself.
You show your hand too early. Like you should be constantly, like, especially when you're first starting out, like, kind of the rule of thumb, at least when I was starting, was like,
could you pop that door? I think she's trying to escape.
Yeah.
See her pacing around over there. There she goes.
What I was told when I started is it takes 10 years to find your voice. And like,
yeah, I think that's true.
Like if you're, new and you're posting all the time, one, you're overexposing yourself. Like you're still learning what you're doing. Two, if something does blow up, you're locked into this thing. And, it's kind of like one of the kill Tonyfications of comedy where like people will have like a strong minute and it's like, cool, what else do you have? Oh, you have 2 other minutes.
Right.
Like what's I don't know. It just doesn't feel like
because everything is clips. And short attention.
Like
spans.
It's a marathon. Like it's a marathon. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know, I'm just getting spam calls.
I mean, it's kind of like I feel like it's even affected music in these weird ways. That's why people look for TikTok sounds and people look for like catchy rhythms and parts that will click on social media rather than just songwriting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you saw, it was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about it. And it's interesting because Matt Damon's one of the only people who could probably say this or this type of thing because he's just famous enough to where he can get away with it.
Yeah.
But he's talking about how Netflix and the rules that they impose on people, because most actors wouldn't do that because it's actually going to threaten your career to do something like that.
Yeah.
He's just famous enough. At this point, he's making his own movies.
Yeah.
He's fine. So he can say
it was
this.
the thing where he was like, Netflix wants you to make stuff that people can scroll on their phone to.
Yep.
And
well,
like,
I mean, there's that. That's been floating around for a minute, the second screen viewing thing. But what he said was that they want an action scene at the very beginning of the movie. Like that's because it used to be that there's a big set piece towards the end of the film and like the climactic set piece.
Yeah.
But now you want to have one at the very beginning, and it's like a beastification, like a kill tonification. It's the very, you got to just right away just hit them with everything you got. And it's only because they're expecting the audience to be stupid. Yeah. And the only way the audience is going to tune in and watch this is if we just get their dopamine and everything firing right away.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just, I hate it because it's not, again, that's like anti-art, that's anti-creativity, because now you're going to think within a box. You're going to start to box yourself in.
It's a further enshittification of our society, really. And like, people don't have media literacy anymore. Like across the board,
because they're so used to consuming things like in this shifting context constantly. It's
dude, with Marty Supreme, I remember seeing people being like, people who I thought were like normal, rational people being like, I didn't like that movie because he had no redeeming qualities. And it's like, the main character doesn't have to be good.
I didn't know that was a big criticism of the movie, because I saw a couple people say that.
I don't know if it was big, but it was just like there was a few people that like stuck out.
Well, I remember when I saw the movie, one of the things I thought was like, it's good that there's no redeeming characters, because that's kind of like how real life is.
Yeah,
like everybody's got a flaw. No one's a perfect character.
No, dude. There's character arcs and
it's kind of the point of the movie.
Yeah, but like not like it, dude. It would suck ass if everything was like, well, now this person's good. Like, the fucking Sopranos wouldn't work.
Exactly, yeah.
And, like, I hate to be a 33-year-old white guy, but that's the fucking greatest TV show ever made. Like,
I mean, and Breaking Bad just followed in its footsteps.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't have these, like, you can explore like, an antihero is so much more interesting than... someone.
That's why the Joker movie did so great recently. Yeah. People just like anti-heroes. Yeah. They do. Yeah. If you
for a second, I forgot about the first one. And I was like, that one did great.
The Lady Gaga. Yeah. Everybody loved Lady Gaga.
Yeah. But then, like, people also don't like with, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? Love that show. Great show.
They're definitely anti-heroes.
Yeah, they're bad people. That's the premise of the show is that it's Seinfeld on meth. Like, they're bad. The people in Seinfeld were bad people. Like, and like, people
in The Office are bad people.
Yeah, like you
Michael
used to be able
Scott's
to be like, okay,
person.
this isn't who I should be basing my personality off of, but now you've got people who are like, no, Patrick Bateman's who I want to be. And it's like that whole book and then subsequent movie was like talking about like the depravity of man and like how like if you try to work your way up in this way, like you're going to lean into your worst impulses and be a bad person.
Yeah.
And like, but you can watch that movie and understand like, hey, this is a good movie. This person's bad. I shouldn't be like this person, but it's an interesting character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's media literacy. That's the issue, is that people don't even understand that type of thing so much anymore, you think?
Yeah, that they just can't comprehend it because it's not being like, hi, I'm main character number one and I'm a good person because I do this. Mm-hmm. And like, when
I would even argue that when they try to do stuff like that now, I don't like the stuff that is in the mainstream that tries to do that type of thing. Like where it's, what I mean when I say that type of thing is like, there are two examples I can think of. And one is that Zac Efron movie where he was playing Ted Bundy. And then the other one I can think of is where it was the guy from American Horror Story. And he looked kind of like me. And he was playing Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
It's funny because my mom kept like making fun of me. Like, oh, you're Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
But just those two, it's kind of like you're turning somebody who's like a legit serial killer and you're not really treating the story with grace. You're kind of like trying to make them sexy and turn it sexy.
They just did Sexy Ed Gein.
And then they did the Sexy Ed Gein. And every time one of these shows comes along, like with the Ed Gein one, I didn't even pay attention to it because I already know what they're doing now.
Yeah,
it's like they want to just turn it into this, and it's not even really about the retelling of the story or making it. They just want to serialize it and make it weird and sexy and like that's not what this is.
There's a very interesting story you could tell with Ed Gein.
I mean,
it's not something I want to visually see.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to watch him dig up bodies and make lamps and make a nipple belt. Like, you know, I know we as a culture are pretty I'm guilty of it. I listen to the Last Podcast on the Left every week. Yeah. I love listening about true crime. I will listen about serial killers. Like, I know way too much about them. But I'm not trying to see it.
But like to your point, I think that it used to be treated with more grace when these stories were approached, especially when it was in the public eye. Like another one that comes to my mind is I think it was Charlize Theron in the Monster movie.
Yeah, Eileen Wuornos,
yeah. And the way that she played her, I mean, it was nominated for all these things. And that was kind of something nobody really thought of at that point in time is, she's playing a serial killer. Yeah. And that story was treated seriously. It wasn't like there was any twist where she was not attractive at all in that movie. But that's kind of the point.
Yeah, she looked like a inland Florida prostitute. And
for me, it was the Zac Efron movie that really, I was like, are we really doing this? Because the movie's supposed to be sexy Ted Bundy. Yeah. That's kind of the premise of the whole movie.
Yeah, well, like, you know, when he was in the public eye...
It's all about his relationship with this one girl. Like they made, I mean, he was kind of like attractive when he was in the public eye, but he wasn't attractive in like he's attractive in the way where it's like, he's a handsome man, but his eyes tell a whole different story type of attractive.
You know, there's 7 billion, 8 billion people on the planet. People are going to be into some stuff. Like, I
mean, it's so funny, the whole like being into serial killers thing. I don't know like how much exposure you have to that. But that's so real. Yeah. Like, they have fans that send them letters in prison. Yeah. That's how it works.
Manson got married a couple times, and you can even make the argument he wasn't even a serial killer.
Yeah, that's probably what he told the girls.
Yeah.
And I believe him, by the way. I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe Charlie. I think he just took too much. I think he was, like we were saying, I think he was all bonked out on LSD.
He got molested as a kid. And, like, you know, he was in and out of prison. He was still a bad person.
Yeah.
But maybe if he was better at music.
He was really good at speeches, let me just say. Those clips
really good at just force-feeding people acid.
Yeah. Like, if he could force-feed me acid. Yeah. I mean, if he was trying to tell me that, like, you know, the world's lying to me and all this, I would listen to him.
Yeah.
I'd probably fall in line with this cold.
One of my early jokes was that if it wasn't for the internet, I would without a doubt be a Scientologist.
You know, it's so funny because the internet's what ruined Scientology. If the internet never came along, I mean, that's what people don't understand about Scientology is it's kind of like the JFK assassination in the sense that it happened in a time before the internet where you could have never predicted anybody's ever going to look at this or think about this again. It's just something that's going to come and go and no one's ever going to think about it. And it's not that big of a deal. It's just going to happen. But then the internet comes along and anybody can just look up anything. And all of a sudden you can hear the tapes of Scientology from like the 80s where he's talking about the alien Xenu and he's breaking it all down. Well, you were never supposed to know that. The people you were supposed to... That's supposed to be behind the paywall, behind the paywall, behind the paywall, behind the paywall, behind the paywall. You're supposed to be told that after you're 7 years in and you've wasted so much money.
That you're like, you have no choice but to just go, all right, there's floating aliens in another planet.
You know, and L. Ron Hubbard's
100% correct. He's not a failed sci-fi author. He's like...
Most books of all time.
Yeah.
Most books of all time. That is... something that it's going to be very hard to take away from him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was a silly little man, and then Miscavige is just an evil little man.
Do you ever see the movie The Master?
Yes,
I love that movie.
Yeah,
and it's basically Philip Seymour Hoffman being L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah,
and I think that there's something to be said about like there probably is a little bit of, I think behind every cult leader it kind of proves the same thing about like being a good public speaker or being a good salesman. Even I think it's all personality, it's all charisma. I think a lot of that stuff is just sounding like you know what you're talking about and people will buy into it. I actually think like cult leading and public speaking or like motivational speaking are very similar. You kind of keep things vague enough to where it's just generally agreeable. Like I already have my cult planned out. I already know what my cult is.
What's it going to be?
So it's based on my name Ruse, right? So Ruse is everything is a ruse. Everything you see in life is like you're playing a role, and nothing is as it seems. And once you realize something like this, you're actually closer to reality, because you're not what you say you are, because you just say you are. Because nothing is what it is. It just is, and then you define it. And that's more so the reality. It's why I think like a dog is probably closer to reality than me.
Yeah.
Because he's not there's like a Zen statement. What does the cow think? Or like, if a cow's hungry, what does it say? Moo, and that's the answer. But it's like that's the Zen statement. And to me, I mean, there's no real meaning, but to me what that means is it doesn't think really anything. It just thinks moo, because that's what life is. Life is moo. That's what life is. And so ruse, this idea is that everything is a ruse, and so everything is symbolism, and everything is symbolic, and you must look at life symbolically. Everything is symbolically representative of something else, and then you could extend this into literally anything and call it, like, we're the symbolists, right? And that probably already exists in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, but schizophrenics online,
but no one's really cultified it yet. And I think that I could take it all the way.
Well, there's also like, and you see this a lot with like the people who fell into QAnon and all that stuff, where people want to be the main character. People want to have this knowledge that no one else has. And
that's how you end up in a cult.
Or just like not believing what's right in front of you. And like, I'm not living out or anything. Like, I'm not like, but like, I like the thought experiment, but it's when you go too far with it and you think of everything that way. That's when I think it's like it's going to affect you negatively. Because now it's your daily framework of mind is that everything is a lie. You're basically that schizophrenia has extended into your normal thinking. And it's supposed to just be for fun. 9 times out of 10, it's Occam's razor. And the real problem is there's someone trying to make a buck off of it.
Yes, almost always like a follow the money. Type of thing.
And it's not in like a, I have my own gripes against this. I
just think money's the root of all evil.
Money's the root of all evil, and that is a cross denomination, across worldwide. There's no core group. Like, there's core groups, but it's not. The core groups are multinational, multi-ethnic. Gone are the days where it's. I mean, given all the banks are ran by, I'd love to throw this in my friend's face. All the banks are actually ran by Irish Catholics now, so suck my fucking ass. If the Jews ran the world, why am I broke?
You should be having like a cut of this or something.
No, it's 9 times out of 10. It's that classic thing, where there's 2 guys. There's 3 people sitting at a table. It's 2, it's in the drugs, it's usually like a white guy and a non-white person, and then some, Monopoly man looking guy sitting in the middle. And the Monopoly looking guy in the middle has like all these cookies. And then there's one cookie in the middle, and he's looking at the white. He's like, he's trying to take it from you. It's like, no, this guy has all the money. This guy has all the cookies.
I mean, I think about it like I feel like if it's a game theory situation, it's impossible. Like the where we're at in society is hard to even think about, because what would you do? Like, I don't think violence is the answer. I really don't, and I don't think it's ever the answer. I really don't. But I don't see how anything would possibly ever change without something radical, because you have a situation where the people who are in charge can just change the rules. Like, they have all the resources and they can just change the rules. And that's bad in any in any game, like on a playground, all right? You have a kid who has all the shit, then that kid's gonna ruin the game. Like, he's gonna fucking, at some point, he's gonna take over the game.
We're watching this happen in real time.
And I really think that the way you would change that, if you could go back in history, there's a way to change it. All you really need is like a proper check and balance system. Like, no government system is perfect. Anybody who tells you, oh, it's got to be this, if we just switch to this would be perfect. Nothing is perfect. Every single system's going to get taken advantage of by certain types of people, and it's really like how you protect whatever system you're talking about from getting taken advantage of. Like, I think America has actually a great setup. Like, we were set up so good, but it's just over time we've just been fucking it up.
It was there was an intent to make it like bureaucratic and shitty, so people are like, well, I don't want this. Oh, let's turn to the private sector, because I want to spend $10 to drive 3 blocks before I have to pay another fucking toll.
But great idea.
The way I think it should be, like, I don't know, I have a few different ideas. One, when you're voting, right? You don't see who the person is. You know nothing about them. You just get candidate A's platform is this. Candidate B's platform is this. Candidate C. Or it should be compulsory, much like, you know, jury duty, right? Like, hey, oh yeah, let him know. Guess vote? What? You're the fucking senator now.
Oh, so how would that work exactly, though?
That I don't know.
Maybe just random.
Yeah,
just pull your name out of a hat or something.
Yeah, by and large, like I don't know. You should have more people who live in the actual real world day to day.
Yeah,
and not, you know, some Yale grad dickbag.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think, though, the problem with that is it's hard to get a normal person in politics. It's kind of like the same reason why you're always going to see the same types of people become a cop, or why you see a cop archetype, I should say. Because you could even go into it thinking, I'm going to be a good politician, I'm going to be a good cop. And then but I think you get corrupted by these systems. Yeah. Because the system itself is actually corrupt. Yeah. And then it just leaks into everybody.
Just why I should be the dictator of the world.
I've had this thought experiment, like, could I be a politician? Could I do it? Yeah. And I think, like, there's just no way.
No, I'd get too revved up.
Yeah, right?
I would be calling for blood.
You could be a revolutionary, you know? It all goes down, you know, Civil War happens. You could be that guy out on the streets, like, go for the star, leading the charge, you know?
Yeah, in my mind, that's who I'd be. In actuality, I'd be like, well, I don't know, my back hurts, and I've got a spot later.
Yeah, I got a spot later. I'm supposed to be doing a set. How would that look if I got pepper sprayed before my set?
Yeah, but I'm trying to really work on this bit about the first time I tried chewing tobacco. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to be a revolutionary when you're trying to make it.
I'm trying to. I got this great bit about how the world would be better if it was fine if adults had wrinkly clothes. So you guys, you do that. And I'm gonna be over here getting a couple drink tickets.
I remember I was talking to my dad at one point. Like, so how does that work? Like, if war starts, like, do people still like go to work? And like the answer is yes. Yeah. Like, you do still go to the open mic and do stand up comedy when there is war happening. You still keep going. Yeah. So it's like, hey guys, you know that war that's going on, you know, that bomb that just went off outside, pretty funny. Anyways, look at me bombing right here.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard that explosion, but we're dating now. So yo, I do have to piss again.
You do?
That's cool.
In real life.
In real life.
Oh, that's real. I thought that was you on stage.
Oh, no. I genuinely have to piss again.
Good, because I sort of have to pee. I have a lingering pee inside me. So let's do it. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
I'll go so quick.
I've never had such a formal goodbye for a pee. That's like just bad enough where it's not like bad, but I want it to happen to somebody I don't like.
Yeah. No, I would go even one step further and be like, I hope you always have the feeling of having to pee, but you can't pee.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember there was this book that I had growing up, and I don't know if they still make these, but it's like a would you rather book. Yeah. And it's just a bunch of stuff like that. Like, would you rather always have to pee but not be able to pee, or always have to poop but not be able to poop?
Oh, dude, like the sweats of like you're about to shit yourself.
Oh. You know what I want to do? I want to find that book, and I think I'm gonna like find a way to incorporate that into this show. Like maybe I'll just bust it out and ask every guest at least one of those questions, because that is I have a thing I do in this show. You told me we only got 10 or 15 minutes left, so I might as well just lay it out to you now. Tell you what it is. Maybe you can prepare something in your mind. Yeah. And it is advice for the children. All right, the show's for 3 to 5 year olds. That's my core demographic. That's who watches my thing.
Sick.
And so I want them to, by the way, nice socks.
Oh, thanks, man. It's psychedelic.
It's very psychedelic.
Yeah, that's a brand.
It's like October socks.
Yeah,
you know,
they're awesome.
I love them.
I found the company because Tony Hawk's son skateboards for him. I can't skateboard anymore. Well, but part of me still thinks I could go.
You still got a tape or two in
there.
Yeah,
I'm still just like, if I really put the time in.
Yeah. I mean, all you got to do is head downtown, get it a couple times, you know, learn a trick or two.
Yeah, well, then we're getting back to the whole clip thing.
Yeah. I learned when I bought a skateboard, I should have gotten a longboard. Yeah. That's what I learned. I wanted a longboard all along because I'm such an idiot. Like, this was around 2020 where I was a server, so I got lucky. I was paid to not work. I was one of those people. So I had a little bit of extra money, and I remember I went to the skateboard shop, and I kind of just asked them, like, what's the best part? Yeah. And I didn't think it would be that much money. And then the dude tells me the total of the skateboard. It's already put together. They put it together in front of me, and I don't think you can disassemble it.
No, they're supposed to ring you out first.
Yeah, exactly, right? So he did not do that.
No.
And the skateboard's put together in front of me. It is $200. And matter of fact, guys, you want to see it?
Yeah.
The skateboard. I'll grab it for you. See, I barely wrote it because the whole thing I'm saying is I want to get a longboard.
Yeah.
I should have just gotten a longboard. But I mean, you feel it? It's a quality skateboard.
Yeah. It's a nice real board. What do you got? Reds?
I don't know. I mean, the bearings are probably fine, but I haven't ridden it in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, they're still going.
I have an electric longboard. Yeah. And I love that thing because I live in a city now. And when I bought the skateboard, I lived in Flint. Yeah. But now I live in a city, and I really lived in Flint. Yeah. But I lived in a city, and because I live in a city, it actually makes sense to take an electric skateboard everywhere. It's like when people have an electric scooter and they take it everywhere. Oh my God, it's so convenient. And that's what I wanted all along. I just wanted to surf on pavement. Yeah. Like, I'm not really into half pipes and dropping in, kick flips. Like, that's where you break your ankles and smack your head on the ground.
But it looks so cool.
But it looks really cool. But I actually think, I don't even, because, you know, people will see you on like an electric longboard or like on a longboard and they'll think you just want to look cool. No. It's like a child in me. Yeah. I just like riding around on that thing. Yeah. Like, to me, it's just awesome. Yeah. Like, it's like surfing on pavement. It's the best. To me, it's like living in heaven. The fact that I can legally, no taxes, ride this electric skateboard around and no cop's going to pull. Like, I'm going to pass a cop and they're not going to pull me over. Like, that's crazy to me. Yeah. It's just crazy. Yeah. And so, because I'm going like 25 miles an hour on the street on this fucking thing I'm controlling with my hand. Like, this is the future. That's what I'm thinking with that type of thing. But I am not, I'm above and beyond going pro. I've gotten over going pro. I don't need to skate.
I know I won't, but I still think
part of me, you know, with that skateboard, like you, I'm like, maybe I should just try. Maybe I should just pick it up and try. Yeah. Because I mean, especially like I said, I like the electric longboard. I like cruising around. So it's not that different. Like, once you've done that long enough, you kind of want to start to fuck with your feet a little bit.
You know, I want to fucking do it.
And it does look so cool.
And when you land something, it feels awesome.
And have you seen, like, Andy Anderson? Mm-hmm. Dude.
Yeah. He's doing some wonky shit.
Crazy. Yeah. Like, crazy. Like, he reminds me of, who's the dude who like invented the kickflip? Rodney Mullen. Yeah. And there's on Tony Hawk's podcast, they got the two of them together, which is super cool because you see the two of them talking. Yeah. And they're so comparable, and like the way that they kind of, because you need people like that to come along and take the art form of skating and change it up, and like, but they're similar in the way that like free skate and like just being able to do random tricks on the fly and make it kind of look magical, you know, like make it look like you're doing something different than everybody else. Because that's what, I mean, Rodney Mullen is still timeless. You can still look at his free skates.
He still goes out and skates. At like 3 a.m, so
nobody sees. Yeah, he's like fucking Batman, dude.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. He does like TED Talks. He's very like gentle man. Okay, what's this? So
yeah, you know, I stalled long enough. Now we're actually at the end. So here it is. So at the very end, we always advice for the children. So we got to give advice to the kids, all right? They're listening. They're about to get off the school bus. They're going to take off their earbuds. Maybe they're going to tune into Miss Rachel or something. But before they do that, they need advice to take into life, and we've proved that we're wise adults. We know a lot of things. We're smart men. We can deliver some type of nugget of knowledge. And you're going to deliver it, not me. So I don't know what you're going to pull out of your brain. You're going to show us in just a couple seconds. But after you do that, you name the social medias, the places they can find you, the place they can see your face if they type it in on the inner space. So tell them how to do that. The floor is yours.
Okay. So if I was a little kid, for all you little kids, for the rest of your life, one, wear a fucking helmet.
I thought you were going to say condom, but helmet's good.
It's any
both
type of
protection.
Helmet.
Both of them are protection.
Wear a helmet. It's not dorky. Two, always have fun. Find the fun in anything, even if it sucks. Even if it gamify it. Find a way to enjoy it. Have fun every day. That doesn't mean blow the shit off that you need to do, but like, you know, Find a way to enjoy what it is you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy. And save an unopened pack of Pokemon cards.
That's when I messed up. I mean, I had like a bunch of Pokemon cards growing up, but they're all opened and all like inside one of those books.
I sold a box I had of them for $15 in middle school.
Oh, that's just unforgivable.
And I know I could have been sitting pretty.
Dude, that's sad actually. Yeah. Because I think I still have the ones I've had, but again, like it's not unopened.
Yeah. Wait, I have one more piece of advice. For the children.
Give it to him.
Stretch every day.
Yeah.
Stretch.
That's something I've actually been working on lately.
Yeah, I tell myself I am. I'm not.
Dude, stretching's important.
Yeah.
It's another one. The older you get, the more and more you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. They were always right.
Yeah. There's going to come a day where you sneeze and you can't move your neck for a week.
Yeah. And you're like, I wonder if I started stretching 15 years ago, if this could have been prevented. Yeah. Because like I went to physical therapy, so I have like 15% scoliosis in my back. Yeah. And that's I think it has to be 50% or more for surgery. Like it has to be a high number. So they just give you stretches to do if you have a small amount of scoliosis. And that's something that I've neglected much of my life. Yeah. And again, it's just like stretches. It's like take 10 minutes to just stretch.
And then you feel better. Your back doesn't hurt. Your neck doesn't hurt. Your legs work better. Your knees don't hurt. Everything hurts.
I always remember in gym class stretching to me just being like stupid and pointless. I always remember thinking, what the fuck are we doing right now?
But back in the day, you could just get up and run.
Okay, and then social media.
Socials. Yeah. It's normal guy Max on everything.
On everything.
I pretty much only use Instagram.
So follow him on everything, but look forward to his Instagram.
And then every Tuesday, if you're in Chicago, every Tuesday at the Lincoln Lodge at 8 p.m., I run a show called Best Night Ever. It's fun. Come have fun. Come hang out. Occasionally, we have really famous people on the show, but usually it's just really funny people.
And then you also said you have an open mic?
Every Tuesday at the Lincoln Lodge at 6 p.m. Sign up at 5:30. One item minimum. Buy something. Tip. 4-minute set. Don't run the light. I'll get mad at you.
That's so funny that you say that because literally yesterday I was looking. I mean, today we're filming this on a Wednesday. Yesterday I was looking through the Chicago Open Mic's Instagram, like trying to figure out when to go to because my friend wanted to go. He wants to. My friend Steve, he's gonna want to become a stand-up comedian.
Yes.
I'm trying to be his hype guy. I'm trying to lead him forward.
Yeah.
But
is he trying to craft the perfect set?
He thinks that open mics are performances. He's thinking of them as like performances.
It's
and he has to craft.
It's practice.
I keep trying to tell him that I consider this whole thing a gag. I'm wondering how it's gonna go. I'm kind of just playing into it. We're seeing how it goes. He's already done his first set. It was at what mic was it? Trigger Warning. And oh man, he was eaten alive in that room. He was eaten alive.
Love the boys who run it. Not a good place for a first set.
No. And he thought it went well. I had to tell him, Steve, that did not go well.
Yeah, I feel bad when I do it, but whenever somebody says it was their first set at the end of their set, I say give it up for their first set. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. But why did I bring Steve up? Why did I bring him up?
You're looking at mics to do.
Oh, and yeah, so I was looking him up yesterday because he wanted to go to a mic because he wants to study now. He wants to go to a mic to figure out how it works, which actually is probably a good idea because one thing I learned about him too is he doesn't have perfect mic etiquette. I think he needs to learn how it works. He needs to sit in these rooms for a minute. He needs to watch people get humiliated when they interrupt a couple times. Like he needs to figure out how the etiquette works in a room like that. Because a lot of people, if they've never been to a mic before, they actually don't know how the etiquette of a mic works. So he's actually kind of right in just going to a mic or two and figuring that out. Yeah. Because that's probably why it went so wrong for him the first time. It's one of my theories. He got too drunk and he didn't understand how to read the room yet. Yeah. And so and I do have a faith in Steve because Steve's like what I think about Steve is he's the perfect guy for a reality TV show. Like you throw him on like one of those shows like Jersey Shore, he's made for that shit. Yeah. He's just feeds into drama. He's perfect. He sees the world in his way. And it's like, if you could just find a way to translate that into a character, if we could convince him to make it happen. But part of me just thinks I'm like, I'm this manager who's just like showing around this polished piece of shit to everybody. Yeah. And it's really a beautiful piece of shit. It's a beautiful piece of shit.
Well, one of the things you got to realize, well, one, it is nice to know, like, hey, don't scream stuff out. Sign up in the order in which you arrived. But like another thing you realize is like, everyone's kind of in their own head during it. Like people will be engaged, but it's also like that's your time to try shit and fail.
Well,
unless you're like
and
egregious.
That's what he doesn't understand. Again, he thinks it's a performance. Like I'm trying to tell him, like, no, this is the exact place where you try anything. Yeah. Like
and,
literally anything.
Unless you're doing something completely egregious and just like hateful or really insane, no one's gonna fucking remember.
Yeah.
No one remembers.
Yeah.
Like I've there's people here like that I've known here who've seen me since day one, and like I'm thankful that they don't, remember some of the weird shit I was trying when I first started.
Of course. And again, like with social media, that's the danger.
Yeah, you
post all of your earliest material. Yeah. And it's not good.
No, that should be an unlisted YouTube link.
I feel like, again, I told you I was born in 1998. I'm on the tail end of like, I posted a little bit of stuff growing up, but like, I just didn't get to embarrass myself too much too early.
Oh, Jarrell Scott Barnes says a great bit about this, about how like the youngest millennials, like, hey man, we can't really come out and say anything because there's just gigabytes of every person just saying the most insane thing online. Because we didn't know, know?
Yeah, I know. The standards is just also different. Well, all right. It's been a beautiful time. I talked to you longer, but, here we are. You've got places to be, faces to see. Busy man. Yeah. Busy job. Busy life.
I got phone calls to make.
Wow.
Got a dog to let out. Gotta go let my roommate's dog out. And,
you guys know what it is?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Oh, and last thing I wanted to say to you, has anybody ever told you that you have a prison name?
Yes.
Because you literally, like, if you go to prison, your name is a prison name. So someone said this to you before.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Max Shanker?
I wasn't sure. Because it's like one of those things, like, you would just be called your own name in prison. Like, they would call it, oh, yo, that's Max Shanker over there. And you'd have to carry around a shiv. Just because you're the shiv guy.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love knives. I would not do well in prison. I am a soft man.
No, dude. You're Max Shanker. You'll get fucked up if you don't get a shiv.
Sometimes I drink tequila and cry because I'll never get to see Jerry Garcia live.
Oh, you're gonna get, dude. Prison's gonna be bad for you.
Yeah,
don't
I guess
go.
I just won't go.
Just don't go.
All right, hold on. I gotta remove a few things from my calendar. Yeah. I'm not gonna be committing any felonies.
No felonies. I'm gonna take those off my calendar too because I want to say I relate to you. I would do so bad in prison. I could never sell. You're a salesman. You could sell cigarettes.
Yeah.
You could, because I was just about to say I couldn't sell cigarettes. You could,
but
sell
they won't
cigarettes.
give me my Vyvanse in prison. I won't be able to pay attention.
Yeah. That's a great point. Be off the meds.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. I forgot.
All right, folks. And that's been all here today on the show known as Radio. Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle. Wealth to